everyone, and welcome to Asylum Jam 2015, the playthrough. Asylum Jam is a 48-hour game jam that was hosted on GameJolt, and because I submitted my own game, it's only fair that I go through and play a whole bunch of others. So, this one is called Mrs. E, the House of Broken Dolls. Let's see what's up with the House of Broken Dolls. Oh, nice little menu animation. That looks nice. Well, that's the last of my shopping done. Earl Grey, Camden Market style. One of the best plans out there. It's a little liberal with the ingredients, if you know what I mean. Oh, how rude of me. Forgot to introduce myself. Well, many of you already know me from the last story, Markiplier's Box. Ha! But I know some of you are new, so you can call me Elizabeth. All of my friends do. Why am I important? Well, that's the thing, you see. I'm not. I'm just a small cog in this great thing we call the multiverse. Yes, you heard that right. The multiverse. That's where I live, smack bang in the middle of it. Me and my old English tea shop. Oh, I won't go into details now. Suffice it to say, it's everywhere and nowhere at the same time in all of reality. So, what am I doing in London, you ask? Am I standing up to hordes of alien invaders on the hunt for some malevolent monster hidden deep within the sewers? No, actually, I'm just buying tea. That's the life I lead, really. I buy tea, serve crumpets, and run a tea shop. I wasn't kidding when I said I was the tea lady, who just so happens to makes a habit of saving the world sometimes.
Hello, Miss E. Can I interest you in today's paper?
Every time, Robbie, shouldn't you be at the home on your PlayStation or talking to your friends on the internet or something?
When hell freezes over, Mrs. E, you can't find a good substitute for being outside with people or reading a good book. Or paper, I say. To many people reading their American apps these days.
Now, Robbie, the Brits make apps too, you know.
That's my horrible accents.
Yeah, but
we're all watching Fox News and TYT these days, and all talk about is America, day in and day out. Nothing like a good bit of British news, I say, which is why I love my job. The usual, Mrs. E.
Yes, the Beano, please.
Oh, and I don't know why, she doesn't get an accent. Oh, and I think I'll take a copy of the Dandy, too.
Must see what my old pal Desperate Dan is up to these days.
And the Times.
Ah, yes, and the Times, too, I suppose. Really, I only carry that around for appearances. Can't even do the crossword puzzles with that thesaurus these days.
So, Missy, you hear about them murders?
What murders, Robbie?
Oh, I'm surprised you ain't, Missy. It's buzzing all around London now.
I was having trouble with a box. It stole my tea and I had to hunt it down. That kinda took up most of my time.
Alrighty then. Anyway, apparently there's some dude walking around London and he's killed 5 people already, skinned them and taken their eyes, scooped them out like they were ice cream, he did.
And where did you hear this?
I read it. I did. In Times, of course.
Is that what kids are reading these days?
That'll be £4.50, please, Miss E. I also threw in a bag of Bassett all sorts for you. You know, the special red ones on the house, Mrs. E.
Why, thank you, Robbie. You are a charmer. See you tomorrow. Murders in London are not rare, sadly. Crime is as rife here as any city in the universe. But these murders unsettle me more than usual today. Maybe it has something to do with scooping out eyeballs like ice cream. The hallmarks of a serial killer. So, why is it I get a familiar vibe from them? I shouldn't even get involved. This is more Nevermore's line of expertise, but he's not here now. I am. And there I go again, poking my nose where it's not asked. I could ignore it, let the local authorities deal with it, but that'd be no fun at all. And if I know my violent crimes well enough, I know exactly who will be on the case. How can I pass up an opportunity to say hello to an old friend? I don't know why that was in quotes. But first, I drop all of this off at the tea shop. Now, where did it park itself this time? Was this like Howl's Moving Castle kind of thing going on here? Walking to the left. I assume it's to the left, not to the right. Right's where we came from.
Going to the left. And okay, well, we can't go any further left, so maybe we need to go right. Is it here? Ah, my tea shop. Finally. Did you miss me, darling? That's a good guess. Well, finally home. Better sock this tea away in storage. The tea storage room is to Mrs. E's left. You're right. So is that stage left? Stage right? Yeah. I guess we'll go this way. To do the thing and put the tea away. The tea vaults. Wow, she's got straight up vaults for her tea. She must have some very expensive tea. Or some very special tea. Let's see. A sparky thing. Finally, the most secure tea in the multiverse. Not even a tiny box can steal it now. I can't seem to get those murders out of my mind. There's something about them that's very off. I'm telling you, it's the eyeballs. That's... yeah. Not that murder isn't always off, but this is different somehow. Eyeballs! Well, I better talk to Jenna in the archives, see if she has any information on them. If they're worth any time, I'll look deeper into them. The archives are on the far right. Your left. Or my left, which would be your right. See? Very confusing. Go to the left. I kind of like the like almost cottony knitwork type cutout effect going on. It's like stitch work. It looks like somebody stitched this all together. That's kind of cool. It's a neat effect. I kind of wish she moved a little faster. That'd be nice. Let's see. Hello. Hey, boss. What can I do for you? Hey, Jenna. I'm a little behind on the news this week. Nothing in a Beano about a spot of murders going around London. Something to do about skinning the victims and taking their eyes. Do you have any information on that? Only the biggest serial killer scandal since Jack the Ripper. 5 murders in 1 week. All unknown victims. What makes this so big is that the murders are so close together. It's the eyeballs! Which suggests either a rank amateur or someone on a tight schedule. Exactly, but as the victims have so far been unidentified and spread out, other than the skinning and the eyes, the police cannot ascertain a motive or a pattern as to where the killer will strike next. Save for one thing, a message painted on the walls of all scenes of the crime in the victim's blood. Not your flesh. You can see the Jack the Ripper connections here. Hardly. I was the one who stopped him. Oh, so she was the one who stopped Jack the Ripper. Good on you. What was he like? He's Jack the Ripper. Society's morbid fascination with one of London's most notorious killers never ceases to amaze me. He was a killer, nothing more, nothing less. It was only the mystery behind who he was that made him famous. Personally, I'd rather forget I ever met him. Vile man, and rather pathetic in the long run. Sorry I asked. If it helps, I can tell you where the latest murder just took place. The 6th, as it were. There's been another killing? Yes, Travis Street, London. The police are on site now. Sergeant Cooper is leading the investigation. Of course he is. Thanks, Jenna. Wait, do you want me to let him know you're on your way? Imagine how pleased and surprised he'll be to have my assistance on the case. Surprised is certainly one word for it. Pleased, however, is not another. Apparently I'm Sherlock Holmes. The tea room. Alright, let's leave the tea room. Where do you wish to go? I guess I'm going to Travis Street. Why, hello, Sergeant Cooper. It looks like you have quite the mess on your hands. Well, that's all we need. Not only do I have a mass killing on my hands, and now I got the tea lady here to tell me I'm dealing with some kind of alien now. That's just dandy. Now, Cooper. I'm not a frog, and you're no bunny. Let's not leap ahead of ourselves. How do you know I didn't just come over for a friendly chat? You know, discuss the weather, sports, like friends do? Because we're not friends. And friends don't just pop in for a friendly chit-chat at a local crime scene. It just doesn't happen, Mrs. E. So let's cut the wisecracks and always get me doing what you want and let me show you what's going on. He gives up easily. Sergeant Cooper, one of London's finest, but a police officer born outside of his natural element. Let me put it this way. He would feel much more human in a crime-cracking beat in New York than a community beat here in London. Now that London is Not that London is boring compared to New York, it's just that that's how Cooper sees it. Are you Cooper? Or no, Cooper must be the other person, the person who went this way. So let's follow Cooper. What's up, Cooper? He looks cranky enough to be Cooper. Cooper! I'm not sure how up to speed you are, Missy, but I'll lay out the gist for you, and you can ask me any questions to fill in the blanks. The last 5 days I've seen 5 murders throughout London, each with the same MO. The victims had their skin completely ripped off from their bodies and their eyes removed. At every crime scene we see the same words splattered in blood, either on the walls, the floor, or even the surrounding cars. Not your flesh, as you can see here. The handwriting could do with some improvement. All callous humor aside, that's not the weird part. That's not the weird part. The whole scooping out the eyes and the blood and the skinning. Wow. Is a strange definition of weird. Now we're getting into my territory. The time of death seems almost impossible, all during the busy hours of the day, and yet the suspect was been here seen hours later, painting the walls with his sweet poetry. Daylight human butchery? The killer is either daring, stupid, or what? An alien. You mentioned the suspect? Fine, don't tell me. I'll just play catch-up as I usually do. Yeah, suspect. One of our officers who came on the scene early this morning came across him. Scared the living shit out of him, too. Language, Sergeant Cooper? God. Apparently I'm Captain America, too. Sorry, lady, but I've got 5 mutilated J. Joes on my hands. Sorry if my language is a bit much for you to handle all over the blood and gore I have to deal with right now. Anyway, the officer's over here if you want to talk to him. Not your flesh. A message, but for who? Not every clue is obvious to find. As Missy, you have the ability to relate to your surroundings. Press A key for a brief moment. You'll be able to see harder to find clues, but you cannot move as you concentrate. Okay. Okay. I see sparkly things. Let's look at sparkles. Quartz has been skinned to the muscle. How can anyone do such a thing in broad daylight and get away with it? Let's see. There was a sparkle over here. There's a sparkle. Okay. It's a broken porcelain eye. There are specks of blood on it. Could it have been from the struggle? Oh, there's another sparkle. Or is that the same sparkle? Is that still the corpse sparkle? No. Hair and skull fragments in the bricks. Looks like the killer was careless this time. Maybe something took him by surprise. A witness, perhaps? I am indeed Sherlock. Alright, what up? This is Lieutenant Jennings, the officer who saw the suspect earlier today. Jennings, I want you to tell this lady everything you told me. Sir? Just humor me, Jennings. Well, madam, that is to say, I came as soon as we got the call and arrived at the scene at approximately 3 a.m. when I saw an arrival of a man or something painting those words on that wall. Well, I got out of my car and cautiously approached the thing with my taser at the ready. The suspect was armed with what looked like a kitchen knife. Why do you refer to it as a thing? Well, that's just it. It was stretching out its limbs to paint those words with the victim's blood in its hands. It didn't look human, and it wasn't. I ordered it to turn around, and for a moment it turned its head. Oh my god, its face. I mean, there wasn't one. No mouth, no nose, or even eyes. What's this thing creeping up on me? It was just a bloody, faceless corpse, and it came for me slowly. I ordered it to stay back, but it still approached me. I fired my taser. It didn't have any effect. I pulled out my firearm, fired several shots. It still kept coming for me. I tried to run, but as I turned, it was in front of me, as if it moved at inhuman speed. It grabbed a hold of me and looked in my eyes. Even though it had no eyes, I could feel it looking at me. It turned around with force and made me look at the words on the wall. And all the time I heard in my head, "Do you see? Do you see? Do you see?" I have to admit, I screamed as the words hurt, and with that, the monster was gone. I know it sounds crazy, but that's what happened. It wasn't a dream, I swear! It's alright. I believe you. See why I'm not arguing with you being involved in this case now. So, let me guess, aliens, right? Aliens aren't monsters, Cooper. No, I'm afraid this is a real monster we're dealing with here. Do the victims have anything in common? Oh, we haven't even identified them yet. We may have a match soon. I'll let you know when we do. What did forensics say? Now, there's the kicker. Other than the victims, no identifiable DNA can be found. Imagine that. The killer must bathe in bleach or something. Has anyone seen the killer actually kill? No one's come forward. All we have is what they find after the deed is done. I can't believe how something like this can be done during the day. I've learned enough. I'm assuming you know what that thing is?
No, Sergeant Cooper, I don't. But I do believe that this monster may not be everything he appears.
What do you mean?
Well, for a start, why didn't he kill Jennings? And whilst he is a suspect, did anyone actually see this thing kill?
Maybe he didn't fit the type.
No, he wanted an undeniable witness to his message. He wants it delivered. Like DiGiorno. But to who? This is bad, Cooper. This is very, very bad.
Define bad. Well, you know, it might have something like a definition of skinning people alive, scooping out eyeballs, splattering their blood and messages on the wall. That's generally a pretty decent definition of bad.
We have a killer chasing the killer. He stole something from the faceless man, maybe. Or is it something deeper? What's the message? What am I missing here?
Well, I do have some good news. Depending on how you look at good, given the circumstances, we identified 3 of the victims. Wow, that was fast. We were just standing here. Nancy Pollard, age 46. Rupert Pollard, age 47. Richard Pollard. Oh my god, this isn't ritual, is it? That's what you're telling me. Every single victim is related.
Mother, father, son, yes, this confirms my fear. It is a ritual. The skin and eyes have some special meaning, as do the words, not your flesh. I'm going back to my tea room, Cooper. Contact me as soon as you identify the last 2 victims and who the 6th is likely to be.
Will do. Oh, and I'm glad it's you on this case, and not the other guy with the funny hat. Nevermore. He's a loose cannon, that one.
Sergeant Cooper, when all this is said and done, you may wish Nevermore had been here instead of me.
Alright, well, this is interesting. There's a lot going on with this game.
That was more than I bargained for. I better check up with Jenna and see if she's got more information I'll be needing for the case.
Seems like a fairly long game, too. Surprising amount of writing. Jenna is missing. She ain't here. Oh, she is here. She's way over there. Hey, Elizabeth!
Jenna, I need you to find something for me.
Way ahead of you, boss. Cooper called in with the same favor. Told me you were involved. Who do you think identified the victims so quickly?
You never cease to amaze me, Jenna. What have you got?
Carson, wow. She just summoned this dude. Carson Pollard, age 25, youngest of 2 boys, no sisters, married but separated with 1 daughter, age 8, works for a security firm in North London, currently staying in a motel whilst estranged from his family. Is there any chance he could be the killer? Unlikely, boss. I have accessed every camera and work schedule on Carson, and he's either been at work, at the hotel, or at least with plenty of people as witnesses during the killings.
So what you're telling me is that the chances are that he's the next victim.
Got it in one, boss. Now the faceless man. I checked all your databases, found nothing, but I did come across some urban myths, creepypasta, that kind of thing.
Creepypasta, Jenna. Really?
Slender turned out real in the end, if you remember. Wow, this has got a pretty established, universe going here.
I still have nightmares. Show me what you got.
Access the SCP files. Ooh, I love me some SCP. SCP-5XXP, Keter class. Description: there is a high risk of memetic spread concerning SCP-5XXP. It's not known what caused the being into physical form. However, its victims are always amnesia patients who have suffered long-term coma treatment. Physical harm to any other human is as yet unknown at this time, although it is not averse to violent deadly force if anything or anyone gets in the way of its prey. So far we've been unable to contain SCP-5XXP as its manifestation on this realm is temporary. It appears once it's killed its victim, it simply vanishes, almost as if SCP-5XXP was a manifestation of its victim's amnesia. Theories currently abound about that the SCP might be the cause of the patient's amnesia. The SCP might be the cause behind it and may be a vengeful entity it forgotten. SCP is described as corpse-like, with no facial features. It wears a ragged trench coat and torn jeans with no shirt. It is often seen carrying a kitchen knife. The words, "not your flesh," are often written in its victim's wake. It is uncertain what these words mean, if it is attributed to the soul, the victims, or to us. However, the violent nature of SCP-5000-XP must not be underestimated, and any attempt to contain SCP must be taken with extreme measures. Special orders concerning SCP, the danger this subject holds to the public, especially the vulnerable victims of coma and amnesia, cannot be underestimated. Therefore, for the public interest and the safety of all SCP staff members, engagement in the SCP should be avoided at all costs, unless complete termination of the subject can be guaranteed. List of known victims. It's almost like a credits roll. That's a lot of peoples. Ooh, I can speed it up. Good. Let's speed it up. Speed it up. That is a lot of people. Wow. Things been busy. Super busy. Whoop. All right. End of search. Are any of the victims of Carson recent coma or amnesia patients? That's a negatory, which seems to be the anomaly in all of this. If this faceless man actually broken a pattern or something? Or something. Where's Carson staying? At the Queen Mary Hotel, room 316. Not the classiest of joints, I'm afraid. Bad circumstances do not make a bad person, Jedi. I'll check this out. Thanks. Shwing! Alright, well, I think that's about all I'm going to play with of this one for now. This actually has me intrigued. There's some cool references, and there's an established story and characters and a lot of depth to this one. But I'm not going to do it all in one playthrough. Yeah, I'm going to check this one out again and continue it after going through all the rest of the Asylum Jam games. So, cool. I like it. Well, thank you for watching, and if you want to check out my game, it's called The Lost Tomb, and I will catch you all in the next video.